Hey everyone, welcome back with a new lecture with quality control, quality assurance training course. In the previous lecture, I have explained calibration curve and how do you prepare the calibration standards from liquid or from powder standard, then you will run to get the linear calibration curve that you want for your target analytes. Today's lecture will be around how do you select the calibration levels. Now you have the target analyte and you don't know which levels can be selected to be prepared to run on the instrument for this target analyte. You should have some rules to follow to select these calibration levels if you analyze one target analyte or many analytes. And these rules, you select calibration levels based on limit of quantitation for this target analyte or these target analytes, maximum limit or maximum residue limit or specification limit for your target analytes, and also working concentration. In this calibration curve, you have relation between response or area under peak against the concentration. And this is the calibration curve. These are the calibration levels you have. As I said the previous lecture, that you should have from 6 to 10 calibration levels. You can have less than this number, but this is standard, and this is better for you. First point should be lower than the limit of quantitation of your target analytes. As example, if the LOQ of your target analyte equal to 5 BBB, so you should have 1 point before 5 BBB. You can start from 1. So your LOQ will be in between your calibration levels. You can start from this point, from LOQ, but better for you to start from 1 point before the LOQ. So your LOQ also will be included or in between your calibration levels. And also maximum limit. Your maximum limit, as example, if the maximum limit or maximum residue limit equal to 100 BBB, 100 microgram per liter or per kilogram in the sample. So 100 BBB, that also should be included or in between your calibration levels. So better to have 1 point higher than the maximum limit. As example, you can go for 200 BBB. Or if you cannot get this point, because also very important, you should include another point, which is the saturation point for the instrument. Saturation point for the instrument. And that I will explain now. So you can go for 1 point higher than the maximum limit, or if you cannot get this concentration, you cannot analyze this concentration accurately, so you should maximum limit should be the higher point. So that will be 100 microgram per liter. 100 microgram per liter. So your calibration levels will start from 1 to 100. And if you can get higher than this maximum limit, you can go, as example, for 200. And also working concentration should be included in this calibration when you select your calibration levels. As example, now, if you analyze this target analyte for 1 month or 2 months, and you know that the concentration that you can get for this analyte is up to, as example, 250. BBB, 250 microgram per kilogram in the sample, or 100, whatever. So as example, 250 microgram per kilogram in the sample. In this case, try to have some point, to have 1 point higher than this point. But if you cannot go for this concentration or higher than this concentration, no problem. You can just add your maximum limit in the higher level, maximum limit, which is 100 BBB, and any point higher than 100 BBB will be diluted to be included or in between your calibration levels. So, very important point that you should know that all results that you will get from the instrument should be in between this calibration levels, because any result for any sample should be quantified based on this calibration. Now, if the calibration up to 100 BBB and you got 50 BBB, you have as example this 1, 5, 10, 25, 50 and 100 maximum. concentration. So if you got 50 ppb in the sample, 50 microgram per kilogram in the sample itself. So this 50 in between the calibration will be quantified based on this concentration. Now this 50 relating to this area should be relating to this area, and in the sample also should be in this area, or less little bit or higher little bit, but should be in this place because the area will be same also. The area under peak also will be same because now this is 50 and this is 50. So your calibration used for quantitation of your sample results. So very important that any result you will get should be in between this calibration to be quantified accurately. So as I explained now in the calibration relation between response, area under peak, and concentration standard. Concentration, that standard that you prepared in the previous lecture, and this is your curve, linear calibration curve, and you have from 1, as I said, your LOQ equal to 5 microgram per liter. So you will start from 1 microgram per liter, and you will add in between any point up to, as I said, 100 microgram per liter. And if you can get 1 point higher than this concentration, better to go for this, maybe 200 or 300 microgram per liter. But if, as I said, if the instrument cannot analyze this concentration accurately, how can you know that the instrument cannot analyze this concentration accurately? When you will receive the instrument and you will start running some standards on the instrument, you will check very important point, which is the saturation point. Saturation point of the instrument. If the instrument cannot analyze high concentration of the standard, that means the instrument is saturated and cannot get this concentration on the instrument. As example, if you run 200 ppb, you will get the peak like this. In some instrument, you will find the peak like this. So this area not relating to the concentration, the area under peak not related to the concentration, and this is the saturation point. And also you can get the peak like this, splitting like this. So this area also under peak not relating to the concentration, so you cannot analyze this concentration. When that's happened, when you receive a new instrument, as example, the sensitivity of this instrument is very high. So this instrument sensitivity is very high means that you can get the lowest concentration required with a very high accurate result. But the higher concentrations you cannot get easily. So better not to go for very high concentration in the case of new instruments. But if the instrument became very old or used for a long time, the sensitivity will become lower. The sensitivity for the instrument will become lower. So this instrument can get the higher concentration very accurate, but the lowest concentration it may not be accurate as you want. So the lowest concentration, as example, if you will analyze any analyte which is prohibited analyte, as example chloromethnicol, carcinogenic and it's prohibited compound, so it has minimum performance required limit which is very low, 0.3, less than or equal to 0.3 microgram per kilogram, which is very low concentration. So this instrument, which is very old, cannot get this concentration accurately. So better not to use this instrument to analyze these type of compounds. So saturation point also a very important point that should be included when you select your calibration levels. So any result at this saturation point, any concentration at this saturation point cannot be analyzed. So better to go for this 100 microgram per liter in your calibration levels, and any result for your samples higher than this 100 will be diluted 5 times or 10 times to be in between these calibration levels. And very important also, you should know how you can dilute the sample to be in between the calibration levels. As example, if the calibration levels from 1 up to 100 microgram per liter, 100 ppb, and you got 1000 microgram per kilogram in the sample. On the instrument you have this concentration, but you are not sure 100% that this concentration is right because it's out of your calibration levels. So you should dilute this to be in between your calibration levels. So if you dilute it 10 times, it should be 100 microgram per kilogram. So better you can start with 10 times dilution. You will take 100 microliter from the sample itself, sample vial, sample inside the vial, sample solution inside the vial. In the last step, that the same vial that you run on the instrument, you will take 100 microliter from this vial plus 900 microliter from the solvent used. The solvent used for your sample or your calibration, whatever the solvent used, you will use to dilute this sample and run on the instrument. Then this concentration you will find, as example, you may find 200 microgram per kilogram. In this case, you will know that this concentration was not right, because if you dilute 1000, it should be 100, but you found 200. Or you may find 50 microgram per kilogram, lower or higher or the same, whatever. In this case, but you should be sure. So to be sure, this concentration should be in between the calibration levels. If you got 200, again, you should dilute another time. You can dilute another 2 times, as example, to get the concentration in between your calibration levels. And don't forget too that this concentration should be multiplied to 10 times dilution. You did 10 times dilution. So if you got, as example, 90 microgram per kilogram, you will multiply to 10 because you did 10 times dilution. And if you have another dilution factor or correction factor, dilution factor or correction factor also will be multiplied. So just to revise these points, to select calibration levels for target analytes, that will be based on limit of quantitation for target analytes. You have 1 point lower than LOQ, and also maximum limit should be included in between your calibration levels. And you should take care from working concentrations and saturation point of the instrument. Working concentration that you know from your experience that this target analyte you will find in the samples, most of samples in this range of concentration. So that will be better to be included in the calibration levels also. If you cannot, as I said before, you should reach to whatever concentration you want, and then any result out of this concentration will be diluted to be in between your calibration levels. Same thing also for saturation point of the instrument. Saturation point means that the response or area under peak not relating to the concentration of the target analyte. If you find this for any concentration, you should not go to this concentration because the instrument cannot analyze this concentration accurately. So you will reach, as example, to the maximum limit of the analyte, and any result higher than this concentration should be diluted to be in between calibration levels. That was the end of our lecture for today. See you in the next.